This puts a whole new spin on not revealing one's sources. Though, now that I think about it, Mel did drop a hint or two. It's a real honor to meet you. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
Now, Mel tells me that you were trained as a physician. So tell me exactly, what is his status?
He's in critical condition. He was only hit by one bullet, but it damaged a lung and his liver.
And was there much hemorrhaging?
They had to perform an emergency liver resection. He lost so much blood that he went into arrest in the OR, and it took a long time to resuscitate him.
So there might be brain damage.
They won't know until he wakes up.
Well, that's obviously the first item on the agenda. Thank you very much. I want to see him. Let him come.
His friends seem nice enough, but I just couldn't wait for you to get here.
Oh, darling, it's a real double whammy, isn't it? You're guilty as sin because you haven't spoken to your father in months. And you're sick with grief because you're afraid you're not going to be able to.
Right, as usual.
Well, now, you were furious with that man in there because his drinking was totally out of control, and you tried to stop him the best and only way you knew how.
And he hated me for it.
Cosmetically, but deep down, he knew that what you were giving him was the toughest kind of love. Just as deep down you know that he's never stopped loving you. Now, do you have a handkerchief?
Tissues.
Well, go sit, use them. I'll be back in a minute.
Mayor, he'll be okay, won't he?
Listen to me, child. When that station wagon filled with reporters that were covering the Freedom Riders went off the Mahatchee River Bridge in '63 because some cretin had shot out the tires, Mel walked out of that wreck without a scratch. Now, that's when I was convinced that he had 9 lives. Now, even with all the riots and the wars that he's covered since, he's only used up 2 or 3 of those lives, maybe 4 at the most. Don't count him out. You cannot do this to me. I have endured 52 years of exasperation and anxiety and pain and rage and fear, but I will not accept this from you. Because beyond all that, you've given me joy. So much joy. And such pride in you. And the most singular love. You will not die before your mother. You may not behave like this. Damn it, Mel, wake up!
Oh, my God. You're here. Mare.
Yes. Gentle sleep, nature's soft nurse.
Shall we give them some privacy?
I'm worried about your father's medical condition.
The doctor was just in there.
I'm a doctor. Or I was.
Yeah, Dad told me that must make it even harder to let somebody else take charge.
You know, the fact that he hasn't been drinking since he went to New York to see you has probably helped him withstand this injury. Whatever you did to shock him into sobriety has probably saved his life.
I don't enable my father one way or another. It was his choice to make.
Well, when you talk to him, you might at least consider giving him credit for a sense of self-preservation.
Coffee? I went to the cafeteria, so it's not out on the machine. Dorothy?
No thanks.
Well, thank you very much, because I want to be awake and alert for Mel. It's very considerate of you, sweetheart.
Welcome.
How is he now? He is sleeping peacefully. Oh, I know he wanted to see you all. I really am sorry.
No, he needs to sleep. I'm glad to hear it. I'm also glad that he knows that you're here. You must both really be exhausted. I hope that you will be my guests at my home. I have plenty of room, and Mel says it's quite comfortable.
We've made other arrangements.
Yes, that's very kind of you, but my assistant phoned ahead and made a booking for us at the Palace Hotel. I had my bags sent from the airport.
Well, maybe I should call a cab. I'd be happy to go over there with you and help you get settled in.
Dear, I mean, you must be exhausted yourself. You've been here all night.
Yeah, I want to see Mel.
So do I.
Well, I'm sure you want to see him when he's awake. I'm just as soon sit with Dad while he sleeps.
She loves her father very much, doesn't she?
I think we can all take a breath now, right? Who was the genius that got the coffee?
I'll help yourself.
You know, I do not think it's sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. I think it is caffeine.
Well, Kelly has always been very considerate.
Kelly? Oh, of course. When your aunt introduced me earlier, I didn't take it in. Mel thinks the world of you.
Mel mentioned me to Dr. Maud.
Well, Mel wouldn't give the time of day to Dr. Maud, but he sometimes confides in his mother, yes. He says you have guts, which is the highest praise coming from my son.
How would you like to be introduced? As Dr. Maud Boylan or Dr. Hayes? I know Mel likes to call you Mayor.
Well, I think Dr. Maud sometimes gets me off on a wrong foot with people. Hello, I'm Mary Hayes, Mel's mother.
How do you do?
This is Ian Armitage.
Good Lord. Mel's mother is Dr. Maud? I'm awestruck.
How do you know Dr. Maud?
Oh, well, sex and your teenager was very big at boarding school. I still live by your words of wisdom.
Oh, dear.
No means no. It's not a foreign language. It doesn't require any translation. So these things sort of stick with you.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. You see what I mean? Dr. Maud has a life of her own.
Are you traveling incognito?
No. I'm here as a mother.
Ah, yes. Well, we're very worried about Mel. He was quite a hero last night. How is he?
He's improving steadily.
Oh, great. Great. And how are you?
I'm shaky.
How about I take you out of here for a couple of hours, if Mel is out of danger?
It's a wonderful idea. Some fresh air, sunshine.
It's a beautiful day.
You know, Patrick loved the sunshine. He's never going to be able to see that again. And we will never see him.
I'll take good care of her.
Thank you.
I wish we could have met under better circumstances. I like Mel.
Well, I like Mel's friends. And I'll see you, I hope, later, Kelly.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Bye. Good, that's just what she needs.
You and your niece seem to have a very strong bond.
Circumstances kept her and her mother apart, and I've done my best to make up for it.
Well, you've done a splendid job.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. You know, Kelly's not the only one who loves your son.
I know.
Dorian, would you like to sit with my father now?
Would I like to? I've waited all night for this.
Dorothy, look at me. I know what you're doing.